What's going on, everybody? This is the CogCast episode 6. It's been a while since I came out with one, so I thought I would get another one out there. The rundown on the show today, we're going to talk about gender pronouns, so you don't sound too ignorant when you're trying to identify somebody. Neuralink is not birth control. It is a new Elon Musk project he's working on. We're going to talk about the Ronaldo Statue. We're going to talk about a mentally disabled prom date and sex toys on campus. But we're going to start at the top, gender pronouns. You know, a lot of people are touchy about gender pronouns, and I don't want to make my show political at all. 100%. I don't want to make it that way. And I respect anybody, for what they are and who they are. If Jim wants to be called Jill, that's cool with me. If we can call some meathead loser the situation, we can call Jim Jill as far as I'm concerned. But, these new pronouns are going to take some time for people to get used to. You can't just dump it all on people at once because they're not really used to that kind of thing. And I also think if you get it wrong on the first go, you shouldn't be exiled, It's like, hey man, how's it going? I'm not a man, bro. Sorry. But we all know the regular ones, he, she, it, they. Here's a few new ones. I'm not going to... Apparently there's a lot, but I'm just going to only talk about a few. The first one is knee. It's spelled N-E. So you could say knee laughed. So I guess it's like me, but not. And then there's V, V-E, V laughed. I called, and it would be ver. So maybe that's more feminine, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. This one's my favorite. Spivak. S-P-I-V-A-K. It sounds like an alien. It's the most gender-free pronoun, apparently. But if you use Spivak, it can be E-Y, E laughed, I called E-M, E-I-R, eyes gleamed. I don't know. Spivak seems pretty, I don't know. I might want to be a Spivak just to tell people I'm a Spivak because it sounds pretty cool. Then there's Z or Zai, which is Z-E. And they list it twice, there's two different versions of it. It's Z-E or Z-I-E for and here. Oh, okay. So there's two different types of Z apparently for here. There's a Z for H-I-R. There's a Z for her here. And then there's also a Z for Zer. Z-I-R. I'm not drunk. There's a Z for her, a Z for Zer. Say that 10 times fast. So apparently Z, swings both ways if you're a her or a Zer. Or Spivak. Maybe not a Spivak, but, definitely for a Z or a Z. And then the last one is XE, which I think is still pronounced Z. I'm trying to look for the pronunciation of it. Yeah, it's pronounced just like Z, only it's XE. And then you can be Zem with that. You can be Zer, Zers. I like Zem. I don't know. I like Spivak. That's just my opinion. I just like to say Spivak or Zer. The Z that's a Zer, that's the one I like too. But yeah, it's gonna be a blending process, and I'm very thankful I woke up and was like, okay, I'm cool with everything that's going on with my body. And I know it's difficult for some people out there, so just do your best, okay? If he's a Spivak, call him a Spivak. Don't call a Zer a her, okay? Call him a Z. Or a Z with an X. Or the knee. Not knee like on your kneecap, but knee and V. Kind of like the Russian we, but V. Okay, so enough of that out of the way. Neuralink. Now this is just like the beginning of Terminator. What it is, it's a brain-computer interface venture, okay? So pretty much linking you with artificial intelligence. It's only a matter of time before we become robots, I think. We're already getting, metal hips and arm plates in our arms, and, we're tracking all of our fitness stuff through our phones. Every phone has your thumbprint now. It's going to be out of control. He told the crowd, "Over time, I think we will probably see a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence. It's mostly about the bandwidth, the speed of the connection between your brain and the digital version of yourself, particularly output." That scares me. The digital version of yourself. So it's going to be the Matrix. We're all going to be in little tubes, living out a fantasy life. I'm really not for it, honestly. Like, at least not now. Maybe like when I'm 50 and or 60 or 70 or whatever. Wherever my body just starts really breaking down, I'll probably be cool with it. Like, if you want to, digitally upload me to like a really suave looking Android guy. But right now, I mean, it's a little scary, honestly. But apparently, they're going to make it a real big thing. Man. I don't know. Like, if I wanted to be an alien or a robot, like, live forever, I don't know if that's for me, honestly. I'll just die. Anyway, the Ronaldo statue. If you don't know who Ronaldo is, he's arguably top 2 soccer/football player on the planet. He's from Portugal. He's on the Portuguese national team, and he's also on Real Madrid, which is what he's most famous for. But I'm looking at this statue, and it's pretty hideous. You're going to have to Google it, as you're listening to this, Ronaldo statue. We'll start from the bottom. The neck looks pretty solid, actually. The neck doesn't look too bad. Really strong, nice vascularity. Chin, it's alright. And then you get to the smile, and it's like crooked smile. How can you, like, when you take a picture of yourself sometimes, and it's not in selfie mode, and you look like you're weird. Yeah, it's like, And then his eyes are really close together. And people don't know this, but he used to be really ugly before he got, like, rich. So he's like a pretty ugly dude before he got like a lot of plastic surgery on his face and his teeth. So I don't know if they were, making this off the previous way he looked as a child. But yeah, it's not very flattering. The hair's okay, but it's pretty. It's like Leather. If Leatherface had a kid that wasn't as disgusting as him, kind of. The guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, it's. And the fact that it's bronze doesn't really help at all either, because then he kind of just looks like he's black. Not like that's a bad thing or anything, but the whole thing is just odd. Like, it's really odd. You're just going to have to check it out. Google it. Tell me what you think. Moving on. This made me upset, and maybe it doesn't make other people upset, but it made me upset. There's this kid who took a mentally handicapped girl to prom. And Garrett, how could you say that, that's so bad? Well, the only thing I thought was bad about it is, like, he was a decent looking guy. He's not ugly or any way, shape, or form. I'm pretty sure he could have got any date he wanted. And he goes over to this mentally handicapped girl's house, Down syndrome. And he proposed. But it was all for show because he's holding a bag of Doritos. He's wearing a Doritos t-shirt. I think he just wanted some swag from Doritos. Like, I like Doritos too. And then he gives her the bag of Doritos with some flowers. I know I'm not your typical Dorito, but I'm going to be cheesy and ask, will you go to prom with me? That's what his shirt said. Okay, so he's totally a Doritos plant. I decided on the Doritos theme because I've known her for 7 years, and there's not a day gone by I've not seen her eat Doritos. She absolutely loves them. All right, well, maybe that pops my balloon a little bit. But the point is, like, so what? So what? He takes her to prom? You know what happens at proms, don't you? They dance, they grind. A few chemical reactions might happen. Feeling good. What if he gets her drunk? What if she's wasted on the dance floor all because this guy wanted free Doritos and he wanted his voice? He wanted it, he wanted to be famous. Oh, I have a good idea. I'm going to trick this mentally handicapped broad and I'm going to film it. Like, If he really, really meant it, like if he was really a good guy about it, he wouldn't have filmed it. But people film everything. I film everything that I do. Every time I put on my uniform, you know I'm going to take a picture of it because I want the likes. I want the comments. But this guy, he went over the edge. He got a disabled 17-year-old drunk at a prom. For what? For clicks? For likes? I heard he left her there. I heard he left with 3 other chicks. And then that Doritos bag, it was empty. There was no Doritos inside. It was all one big ploy to be famous. And you know he used that to get play. You know other girls were like, oh, you're such a nice guy. He's going to have a lot of nice guy one-on-ones with other people that aren't her. So what happens after the prom? You gonna leave her there, hit and run, after you get her drunk? You get her to smoke weed, maybe cocaine, I don't know. It's Kansas. Gotta keep it live somehow. She's drunk, she's coked out, she's on the dance floor, and you leave her there with an empty bag of Doritos. How do you feel, hot shot? Where's your Doritos shirt now? How's she getting home? You don't care. You left. You got in another limousine. You said, ooh, got my Facebook fame. Now I'm about to get something else. So she's drunk. She's coked out. She's alone. She's handicapped. The dance is over. Everyone's like, all right, you don't got to go home. You can't stay here. Everyone's kind of walking away from the dance floor, and she's just, strung out, walking around, doesn't know what's going on. What if she gets abducted? You have a mentally handicapped girl who's drunk, who's coked out, who's high off something else. I'm sure maybe a pill, who knows? Put it in the drink. Drink up. She's abducted. And you don't care? No. All because you wanted a video. Well, I hope you're happy. I hope it worked out well for you. Because when you're at her funeral, you better wear that Doritos shirt, pal. You better put Doritos right on the grave, right on the tombstone. All because you thought, oh yeah, I'll just use her. Now I don't know if any of that is true. I can't say that it's true. I can't confirm or deny. I can't, can you? You don't know if it happened or not. But it could, okay? And I don't like it. Last story. Sex toys on campus. This is nuts. I'm going to play the story and then I'm going to interject. This is from NBC News in case I get sued. So, here we go. Well, I guess if you don't know it, this happened in Wisconsin. I'll read the title. Wisconsin father demands apology after he says school wrongfully accused his 12-year-old daughter of selling sex toys from her locker. 12 years old. Gotta get him started early.
Tolbeck is cutting out slips he plans to hand out outside Trinity Lutheran Church and School on Geneva Street after tonight's church service.
The idea is not to interrupt the service.
That will send them to a link of a manifesto blog he wrote out online titled Vindicate Francis. He claims he has witness statements.
The accusation is that my daughter was knowingly selling sex toys. That's absurd.
And he's throwing the sex toys on the desk while I say that. Now, they're not sex toys, but I guarantee you any child has probably tried to use them as a sex toy. It's the water snake thing. So it's like a tube, kind of, and you can move the tube around. Sometimes there's glitter in it. Sometimes there's not. I would say 99 out of 100 guys have probably tried something with it because it might feel good. Who knows? But apparently this guy works, I don't know if he's a part of the church or not, but that's kind of weird to hand out, my child doesn't sell sex toys business cards, right after church service gets out. But, hey, what are you going to do?
Racine Trinity Lutheran school leaders state in a news release just released this afternoon, "We have never asserted that a water snake toy is a sex toy." Monica Holbeck says differently when she claims her daughter was pulled from a basketball game by the school's principal last month. She said,
now they keep showing these and they keep showing the water snakes, and they're showing them in a very sexual manner. You know, you could just have one on the table, you know, just hanging out. No, they got them like laying over stuff, downwards, pointed up all the way. Like, they're really trying to sell you that these are sex toys. Like, they just couldn't have them just hanging out.
Today, Frances is suspended 3 days because she's selling sexual toys. I overheard my mom and Mrs. Amling talking about me selling sex toys.
The school also states, according to one of the teachers, many of the students sexualize the use of these toys, which is a disruption to learning that could not be ignored.
What, are they doing that in class? Sexualizing the toys in class? I mean, that's on the teacher. You're letting that kind of stuff fly. But I mean, no, you can use anything as a sex. If a 12-year-old's imagination, 12, 13, 14, whatever it is, you know, whenever you start, you know, doing that kind of stuff, your imagination, you can achieve, you know, you don't really achieve, but you can attempt a lot of things. I mean, you're pretty much an inventor at that point, trying to find anything that even resembles it. I mean, I'm not going to go down the cavalcade of what I've done, but let's just say I'm not squeaky clean either, okay?
I think any child, given an object, can use it in a suggestive way.
Thank you. Exactly proves my point. And they keep showing the sex toys just flopped over. Just a big flopper. Gonna make a big one right here.
In an innocent way, without having any concept.
And now he's squeezing them. They got just a close-up on his hand, squeezing the sex toys.
They're doing.
His story has gotten the attention he never imagined.
And this is the Daily News. I think that's a big paper in New York City.
Holbeck tells us he doesn't plan to stop until his daughter's name is cleared.
I want her.
It's just showing him like cutting up all these like business cards that like say like sexual harassment on them. Hey, you know what? You got to clear your daughter's name. You know, if she's a sex toy kingpin or queenpin or Spovak pin or whatever pronoun I should probably use.
Suspension rescinded. I want her record clean.
He wants it clean.
It's the.
I don't, you know, and I'd want it clean too. Like, it's getting a little ridiculous. Like, yeah, you could technically make a bigger case for that just because they're kind of renowned for that kind of thing, those water snakes. But I hope she gets cleared. And that's it. That's CogCast. I got nothing else. You know, I just wanted to get something out quick. I might do another one tomorrow. I'm trying to get my friend Matty Keegs. He has his own podcast. We're going to talk about music, maybe some wrestling. Got that on the books. I'm going to be gone next week. I'm going to see if I can bang out. I'm going to be in Jacksonville. I'm going to see if I can bang maybe another one out on the weekend and just release it that other time. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to contact me at all, email dacogcast@gmail.com. You can tweet me, Garrett W. or Garrett Cogsavage. Garrett Cogsavage. Instagram, slide me a DM, Garrett W. Savage. You know, share it on Facebook if you like it. Tell other people, hey, listen to this jerk talk about, you know, this mentally disabled girls getting taken advantage of, sex toys in school. So yeah, I hope all you Spivaks and V's and Z's have a nice day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.